Welcome, Dominica. This is the Kairi TV News. I'm your presenter, Vanessa Bruno. Here are the big stories making the headlines. DLP leader Roosevelt Skerrit sworn in as Prime Minister of Dominica. Congratulations pouring from around the region and the world on the DLP's massive election win on Tuesday. And the President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savrin, calls for electoral reform. We'll be back with details of these stories and more after the break.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering? How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need: PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Thank you for staying with us. Leading the news, leader of the Dominica Labour Party, Roosevelt Skerrit, has been sworn in as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica following his party's 19-2 victory at the polls on Tuesday. His Excellency President Charles Savrin administered the oath of office to leader of the Dominica Labour Party, Roosevelt Skerrit, who led the DLP to its sixth successive victory in general elections on Tuesday, December 6, 2022. Speaking at the swearing-in ceremony, Prime Minister Skerrit noted Tuesday's victory is an expression of the confidence in DLP by the people of Dominica. He went on to assure voters that the DLP will strive to honor and meet their expectations.
I sought a fresh mandate to propel the rebound of Dominica and its economy from the ravages of the COVID-19 pandemic, natural disasters, and ongoing global acts of terror and economic warfare. To me, this is the ultimate expression by the people of Dominica of their continued confidence in the philosophy, policies, and programs of the Dominica Labour Party. I wish to assure voters, residents, and citizens at home and abroad that we are eternally grateful for this show of support and shall strive to honor and meet their expectations. Your continued support has given this government the opportunity to pursue with vigor the national reset I indicated in my address to the nation on November 6.
The new cabinet of ministers will be sworn in on Tuesday, December 13th, 2022. In more post-election news, the United States of America has congratulated Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit and the people of Dominica on the peaceful elections earlier this week. A statement from the United States Embassy based in Barbados went on to say, and I quote, "We are looking forward to deepening our partnership with Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit and his administration," end quote. Congratulations also came from various heads of government and organizations across the region and the world. The 10th Secretary General of the Organization of American States, the OAS, Luis Almagro, added his voice to the chorus of commendations, stating, quote, "We congratulate the Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerrit, on his re-election following Tuesday's general elections," end quote. Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, wrote, quote, "The re-election of the Skerrit administration by the people of Dominica to a continuous sixth term is a resounding vote of confidence and demonstrated the people's wish for continuity, particularly against the backdrop of an increasingly uncertain global environment," end quote. Congratulatory messages also came from leader of the opposition in Jamaica, Mark Jefferson Golding, the Office of the High Commission of Canada to Barbados and the OECS, Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, and the President of Cuba, Miguel Diaz-Canel Bermudez, to name a few. As the country returns to normal following the December 6 elections, we can tell you that the CARICOM Observation Mission's preliminary statement concluded that this week's elections were free and fair. According to the preliminary statement by the CARICOM Election Observer Mission, the CEOM, voters were able to cast their ballots without intimidation or fear, and that in all material respects, the results of the December 6, 2022 general elections are an accurate reflection of the collective intention of the voters who casted their votes on polling day. Notwithstanding the results, however, it is the hope of the CEOM that the newly elected government will continue to build on the efforts to date to secure electoral reform for future elections in Dominica. The mission was led by the Chief Election Officer, Election and Boundaries Commission of Trinidad and Tobago, and included representatives from Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Haiti, and Jamaica. This is the Kairi TV News. We'll be back after this break.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering? How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need: PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Welcome back. President Charles Savre has issued a mandate to the newly elected government to carry out the electoral reform process. Here is Linda Martin with the details.
The issue of electoral reform in Dominica has been a topic of contention for quite some time. However, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has vowed to carry out the process in the DLP's new term in office. Speaking at the ceremony to swear in Dominica Labour Party leader Roosevelt Skerrit as Prime Minister, the President stated he looks forward to seeing the matter resolved.
I am aware that the issue of electoral reform is still a matter which is unresolved. I therefore look forward to the report of Sir Dennis Byron on this matter, which has loomed over us through several election cycles. I welcome the assurance given by the Honourable Prime Minister last night, after the results of the elections were announced, that he would ensure that all stakeholders would be engaged in consultations to review the report and recommendations by Sir Dennis, including the Commonwealth Secretariat and the OAS, and that once acceptable draft legislation is agreed upon on this matter, a bill will be brought before Parliament for its consideration.
Meantime, the United Workers' Party continues to stress the need for electoral reform through a complete re-registration of eligible voters and the issuance of identification cards to facilitate the voting process, among other reforms. The DLP dominated the polls 19-2 on Tuesday, granting the party its sixth consecutive victory, while the UWP had chosen to boycott the December 6 general elections in protest for electoral reform. According to a statement from the UWP, the party further demands that fresh general elections take place immediately upon completion of the election reform process. That way, the people of Dominica will be able to re-establish a credible government that enjoys the support of the majority of the citizens of this country. Linda Martin for Kairi TV News.
And the stakeholders are now better informed on the importance of water and sanitation hygiene in emergencies. Nathaniel Durand has that story.
WASH has been identified as one of Dominica's main vulnerabilities in times of natural disasters. This was among the topics for discussion at the recently concluded two-day workshop to highlight the risks to the country's water supplies in the event of emergencies. The consultation was organized by the Ministry of Health in partnership with WASH, Latin America, and other local and international organizations. UNICEF's Deputy Representative for the Eastern Caribbean area, Tanya Radosavljevic, was optimistic that this workshop would help Dominica build capacity to better prepare for and respond to hurricanes and other disasters.
I want to commend the governments for the establishment of the WASH Committee in 2021. I know you've met regularly, and this is the start of what I hope to be years of capacity building so that we are and we do learn how to build our capacity, but to better respond at the event of a disaster. So very pleased that we can start at the end of 2022 with this WASH training. That will also help identify through the tabletop simulation that will take place tomorrow where the key gaps are in coordination.
Rado Savljevic pointed out that this workshop would better position Dominica to further develop its plan of action as regards its WASH response to emergencies.
You already know how important access to clean water and sanitation is in the event of an emergency. You mentioned 2017 and the devastating effects of Hurricane Maria, which wiped out over 90% of your water access during that period. So we already know how important it is for communities to access safe water and hygiene in the event of an emergency. So we really do hope that this training brings us together and we're able to identify and address some of these key gaps. You mentioned the plan of action that will stem from this training, and we look forward to taking that forward in collaboration with you.
The WASCO, the Dominica Red Cross, SIDEMA, the ODM, shelter managers and private sector representatives were among the key participants in the two-day WASH consultation. Nathaniel Durand, Kairi TV News.
You're watching the Kairi TV News. Stay tuned for a recap of the headlines right after this.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering? How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need. PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
To end the news, the headlines again. DLP leader Roosevelt Skerrit sworn in as Prime Minister of Dominica. Congratulations pour in from around the region and the world on the DLP's massive election win on Tuesday. And the President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savrin, calls for electoral reform. Tune into 107.9, 93.1, 91.1 and 88.7 Monday to Friday for our radio newscasts at 6:30 a.m., 1 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Go to Kairi TV on Flow Channel 953 to watch our newscasts Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. with repeats at 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/KairiFM. Follow us on Instagram at KairiFM and follow us on Twitter at KairiFM Dominica. Visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch up on any newscasts you may have missed. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Vanessa Bruno. Thank you for watching.